last word of warning we have for you is about the showgirls and the street performers. You will see their demeanor go from, hey, come over here and take a picture, this is Vegas, get your Vegas showgirl pictures, to, I'm going to call the cops if you don't give me $20 for this photo. So we've seen this happen a ton of times where someone goes over to take a picture thinking maybe these girls or these guys are part of the casino, or they're from a show that just got let out or something, go to take a picture, and then they start demanding $5, $10, $20, more even. So if that's your thing and you think that's worth it, by all means knock yourself out, but just know what you're getting into beforehand. It should be no secret to you that Vegas has an advantage. The casinos always have an advantage. They are always going to win. Unless you get very lucky, you should never bank on getting anything. But something that you should extra watch out for are casino games that make you think you're about to get a big win, but in reality, they are totally, it's just a scam. It's just a mind trick.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. It's just a trick to make you think you're on the verge when in reality, nothing is going on. For instance,
we just passed one. I was trying to point it out to you, but I interrupted you.
Sorry.
So, for example, this machine has this gold pot that fills up. It makes you think that once that gets really full, it's going to hit the bonus. But if you click the help button and look through the rules, it actually says the number of coins in this pot has no effect whatsoever on when the bonus is going to hit. So don't let machines like this trick you.
Oh, here we go. The accumulation of this coin symbol over time in the pot has no effect on triggering the jackpot bonus. But as you're playing and you get this coin symbol, it's going to add these little coins to the pot, making it more full and more full and more full, but that's not going to mean you're just due for a win. Here's another one actually, this Wicked Devil Wheel, where it has something. It has this cauldron that fills up, and on this game as well it says animations adding to the cauldron have no effect on the progressive pick bonus, whatever the bonus game is. So this is just another one that will make you think, oh, it's full, it's piling over, I'm gonna get a win soon, but sadly no.
This is one that if it happens to you, it's really going to ruin your day, and that is theft, thieves, pickpockets, things like that.
And this one actually happened to me. We have been to Vegas dozens and dozens of times, and this has only happened once, but it did suck royally, so we're gonna tell you about it. Whenever there's big crowds of people, whenever you're in a club, I think those are the prime times for people to get in your purse or slide their hand in your pocket and steal your phone out. What happened with me was we were in a busy club, Jordan had his hands around my waist, so I wasn't paying attention to anyone else potentially touching me. There were tons of people on the dance floor pushing past, legitimately pushing past, so I was just thinking, okay, oh my gosh, I'm just getting shuffled back and forth with my stuff. But what actually was happening at some point was someone getting right in my purse and taking my phone out, and I just thought it was part of the deal, being in a club, being in the crowd. So unfortunately, there went my phone, never saw it again.
In general, I don't feel like I have to really watch my stuff in Vegas, but whenever we're around big crowds of people, like in a club or on a busy sidewalk, like last night, it's Labor Day weekend, there were so many people out, like shoulder to shoulder on the sidewalk.
You better believe I had my hand on my fanny pack and you were like really keeping an eye on your phone in your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't so much a tourist trap, but it is going to take more of your money than other things. While slot machines have bad odds in general, the ones that are branded are even worse. This one, like Breaking Bad, or you'll see Sex and the City, or Walking Dead, all of these have to pay royalties to the rights holder of these shows. So the odds are even worse than other slot machines. So on something like this, the house is going to have a 15% advantage, unlike something like this, where they might have a 10% advantage.
If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to our channel to see other Vegas videos that we make, and also travel vlogs that we put out about our travels in the world and our life in Mexico. Oftentimes when people come to Las Vegas, they're looking to go to day clubs and nightclubs, so something you're going to be looking for is a promoter to get you on the guest list for free, or whatever the case, try to get you passed without having to pay a very high entrance fee. That's another scam on its own, but so you go out and you find promoters on the strip. They're like, hey, come on, you can come to Omnia tonight, you can come to Jewel, you can come to Dre's nightclub, or day club, whichever one that is, and they're like, we'll give you free drinks, we'll give you free entry, we can give you a table if you have like this ratio or whatever. Something that you want to look out for though is over promising, because in the past we have seen it time and time again. They say you can skip the line or get all these free drinks for ladies or whatever it is, and it doesn't always happen. They can't always follow through on those promises. So go to clubs because you want to have fun, not because you think you're going to get all these extra goodies. And one caveat is, not all promoters are scam artists or anything. If they say they're going to get you on the list for free before 11:30 or something, you'll probably get in for free before 11:30, but those extra things, that's what might not happen.
One tourist trap, well, something that's going to really dig into your pocketbook, is buying drinks at nightclubs or day clubs or even out at the pool. They are so expensive, so try to do your drinking before you go to these things so you don't end up having to pay $30 to get a drink.
Or just a bottle of water. We talked about that in our first video.
Yeah.
Ungodly expensive.
Horrible.
So this next one is a scam we've been told about on our channel, but it has not actually happened to us, and that is that apparently people will be selling water on these walking bridges, these pedestrian bridges that take you over top of the roads.
Which I have seen before.
We have seen that. We've never bought water from them, but the scam is they will take old water bottles and refill them with tap water, which is and then so you don't notice, they'll be so polite as to take the cap off for you and hand you the water bottle. So I suppose to get around this, notice if they have all the same water. I feel like if it's a bunch of Kirkland waters, they probably just went to Costco and got a bunch of waters. But if they're all mismatched, you want to go down here?
Yeah.
If they're mismatched water bottles, or they're being so polite to take that cap off for you so you don't notice that they just glued it back on, don't buy it. And waters are relatively inexpensive at CVS and Walgreens on the strip, so might as well just do that.
For me, although I'm sure this has happened, I don't really buy this one because waters are just so darn cheap when you buy them in bulk at the grocery store. You can literally get them for 10 cents a piece, and they're selling them for $1 or $2, so you have huge margins. And in order to fill up empty water bottles, you'd have to go through the work of finding all those empties and then filling all of them up, when that seems like way more work than the price you can buy them for in bulk. So
that's desperate people do desperate things, so you just never know. Just proceed with caution on that one.
Yeah, we've mentioned this in previous videos, and that is going to timeshare presentations for the promise of free stuff.
So we were actually in an Uber with a guy who used to be a timeshare promoter person, and he was like, I had no idea what I was doing. He would promise people that it would be an hour and a half. They would call him back up later going, you said it was going to be 90 minutes and it was 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours long. And then they would be even angrier once they went to the shows or the crappy buffets that they gave passes to realize that they had wasted a huge chunk of a day or a huge portion of their trip only to get basically crap in return for it. So we have said it before, but it's worth saying again. Just also proceed with caution. Know what you're getting into with the timeshare. Unless you're like super interested in timeshare, I personally feel like it's a huge trap.
How are you going to know it's a timeshare? They're probably going to ask you, are you married? How long are you in town? Questions like that.
How old are you? Are you two on your honeymoon?
But I would definitely qualify this as a tourist trap because almost everyone who does a timeshare presentation says never again.
I do want to clarify though that not every buffet is crap, not every Vegas show is crap, but some of them are. Like we went to the Misbehave game show and it was so awful. For the love of God, do not go to that show. There are some really great ones like the Cirque shows. Beatles Love is an absolute favorite of mine. We've been to it 3 times because I like it so much. And some of the buffets are really good. We just checked out, what is it called?
Bacchanal?
Bacchanal buffet, and that was like, oh my gosh, so good. We also love the Aria buffet, but then there's others that are a little bit more low quality. So when it comes to these timeshares, I don't know, ask for the good stuff if you're gonna go through with it, but still I recommend don't.
I haven't seen this a lot in Vegas, but I have seen it a couple times, and that is 3-card Monty, where they'll have 3 cards out there and you have to follow the queen, or where they have 3 solo cups and one of them has a ping pong ball underneath it. These are a scam. Do not do it. You'll see people winning, but those are other people who are in on the scam. They convince you to come up there, throw $20 down, and then you lose because
It's rigged.
Yes, it's rigged. They use sleight of hand to switch it out, and you will never win. And another thing to keep in mind and look out for is resort fees. You might be like, oh, I found this great deal on a hotel. It's only $50 a night. Well, then you get there and realize that it also has a $35 a night plus tax resort fee.
That for the most part, you're not going to be able to opt out of. Most hotels don't allow it, whether you want internet or not.
Yeah. However, we recently found a way that we no longer have to pay resort fees, ever. So we're going to link to a video right above here, and in that video we tell you exactly how you can avoid paying resort fees as well.
Word to the wise, there are some rare ways that you can get out of paying these resort fees. For instance, we play the Win Slots app, and you can accrue gems which help you get free rooms. When you book those free rooms, you can opt out of internet and some of the facilities, I think like the gym, so you don't have to pay that like $35, $40 a night. And then there are casinos like Treasure Island where if you book a certain offer or through a certain way, which I'm not totally sure what all the ways are, you can also opt out, but you're just basically saying, I'm not going to use internet, I'm not going to use the gym. Potentially, I don't think you get to use the pool either, but if you want to save that money, and it is a lot of money and adds up, then you could try to find these ways.
In our other video, that's not one of those. It's how you get those resort fees for free. You still get all the benefits that come with them, but you don't have to pay it. Sometimes when you're walking down the strip, you're gonna have people trying to hand you CDs, or a fake monk trying to hand you a bracelet.
Did you say fake monks?
Yes.
Monks?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay. I've never seen that one.
But the CDs one is more common.
People that are trying to hand you stuff, sometimes that's cards, which are somewhat harmless, except for their like strip club, stripper hooker things, but...
Hey.
Thanks.
We're all right.
The other thing is people will be... The other thing is a lot of times people will have CDs, they're sample discs. Sometimes these are even just blank CDs, so you would be buying nothing. Generally, just don't take it, just hands in your pockets, don't do it, so you don't have to worry about getting scammed in whatever potential way they're trying to work you.
When these people hand you CDs, they'll want payment in return, and then they won't take it back. They'll refuse to take it back. So if this ever happens to you, just toss it to them. They'll be forced to catch it, you walk away. So pretty much everything in Vegas is expensive, and ATM fees are no exception. Almost every ATM on the Strip is going to cost you $8 to $10 every single time. And I've even seen pictures of someone paying $200 for an ATM fee at a strip club. So be sure to get your cash out before you come here, or have a bank that refunds all ATM fees like we do to avoid those charges.
Here's the next scam. It's 107 degrees outside, probably freaking 100, I don't even know, 10. It feels really hot today. And then they've got this scam right here. Elevator out of service, or I mean escalator out of service.
And we have to take the stairs.
Use my own legs. And last but certainly not least are the taxi drivers. We have definitely mentioned this before, but it is another one of those that's worth mentioning again. When you get in a cab, typically from the airport, a dishonest cab driver will try to scam you by taking the longest possible route to get you to your hotel, maybe slowing down so they don't miss that, or they don't get through that yellow light, or what is the other thing?
Yeah, basically just things to rack up the fare, and they're already expensive to begin with. Using Uber or Lyft instead of a taxi is probably going to be about half of the cost for you. So that's definitely the way to go.
And of course the fare is predetermined. Everything is within the app. You have recourse if something crazy happens with Uber or Lyft. You can like report the driver, report whatever it is. I just, in general, anywhere in the world, avoid taxi drivers. That's my advice. Before we go, please go ahead and comment down below if we missed any tourist traps, scams, or bait and switches that you've experienced in Vegas. Obviously, since we've been here so many times, there's a bunch of stuff that we just don't fall for because we know it seems weird and it's not just a, oh, this is crazy, it's Vegas. kind of
Yeah.
thing. So yes, please comment, let us know what you've experienced or things that you've heard about that we may have missed, so that potentially we do a part 2.
And go check out our other Vegas videos. We're going to link to a couple of those on the end screen here. We have a lot of great advice for you and ways for you to save money coming up on your trip. Thank you guys for watching.
Please be sure to subscribe to our channel if you want to see other Las Vegas videos that we create, and also travel vlogs that we're putting out across the world. And one more, the very important thing. Gong that bell so you get notified the next time we put out our new videos.
And we'll see you soon.
I think I just shot something on my nose. Gross.